Good morning and welcome to the Mayor's Weekly News Conference. On this week's agenda, we will announce the awardees of the Flagship Fund, highlight the 44th Annual Crop Walk of Erie County, talk about Erie's Public Schools Farm to School Initiative and some back-to-school information and attendance policies, feature two upcoming cultural festivals, the Hispanic Heritage Festival and the German Heritage Festival, and provide an update on LERTA. And now I'll turn it over to the Mayor.
Thank you, Renee, and good morning, everyone. Today, we're really pleased to announce the awardees for the third round of the Flagship Fund Grant Program. When the Flagship Fund was created last year by Chris Groner, our Director of Economic and Community Development, it was the city's first ever microgrant program for small businesses. All the funding for the Flagship Fund awards come from interest generated by the city's $11 million in revolving loan funds. None of the funds are taxpayer dollars that are used. The Flagship Fund is meant to encourage the establishment, retention, and growth of businesses in the city of Erie. Businesses with an address in the city can apply for a Flagship Fund award of up to $5,000. The businesses must make a one-to-one matching contribution into the project. So, for instance, if the grant is for $2,000, the business is also putting $2,000 of their own money into the project. So that's enough background. Now I'd like to invite Chris Groner, our Business Development Officer, Jennifer Hoffman, up to the stage to announce the third round winners. Coming?
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. On July 31st, the city wrapped up its third round of the Flagship Fund open application period. And as was mentioned, the program is fully funded with interest that's earned off of our economic development loan funds. In all, our office received 39 applications with a total ask of a little over $171,000. And I'm pleased to say in this round we were able to support 9 projects with a total funding amount of just under $25,000. The applications that we did receive were very competitive, and I do wish we could support all of the projects. They were all very good, and this was certainly not an easy task making this decision. But I would like to thank all of the businesses that did apply, and those that were not selected. I would encourage for them to reach out to us, and maybe we can have a discussion about how we can strengthen your application or possibly identify some other funding sources for your project. I would also like to thank the members of our selection committee for helping us make this difficult decision in determining who would receive funding. And so I'd like to thank Brian Slaywin, Director and Portfolio Manager from Ben Franklin Technologies. I know Brian's here. Brian, thank you. Carl Sanchek, President and CEO of the Erie Innovation District, along with Councilman Curtis Jones, who's a liaison to our department. Thank you for your contribution in this process. It is much appreciated. The next open application period will begin in the new year, January 1st through January 31st. So start putting your plans together now, because as we all know, January will be here before we know it. So start thinking about your projects now. And so at this time, I'd like to invite our Business Development Officer, Jen Hoffman, to the podium and give us some details on the projects that were selected and introduce each applicant chosen. Jen?
I get the fun part, actually. Thank you, Chris, very much. Thank you, Mayor. It certainly is an exciting time for small businesses in the city of Erie. First, I want to thank, again, everybody who did apply for this grant. It's never an easy task to sort through all the talented and original projects that were submitted. My thanks also goes out to the panel who took the time and gave us invaluable input on the selection process. And our next round of grants, as Chris mentioned, will be open January of 2020, so sharpen your pencils and get ready for more, please. It's my great pleasure to introduce the 9 recipients of this summer's Flagship Fund microgrant. When I call your names, please come on up and join me on the stage. Of the 9, 2 of the award grantees will receive $3,500. The first is Efficient Nomad LLC. Joel Mars, Robert Mars, and Martin McCormick, owners. Efficient Nomad is an innovative real estate venture that features the development of urban cottages for sale or lease in newly established pocket neighborhoods. Efficient Nomad plans are to focus on vacant or blighted lots in the city of Erie to bring affordable, efficient, single-family homes. I've seen the plans, they are amazing. Second, we have the Masonic Temple Association of Erie, President Ethan Sykes. The Masonic Temple Association has planned an extensive renovation and restoration of its iconic building on the corner of 8th and Peach Street. With the help of this grant, the Masonic Temple is restoring the ground floor exterior, including new windows, doors, trim, and awnings. These restorations will create a uniform, pleasing aesthetic to the street-level storefronts for the existing business tenants and for new businesses coming to downtown. 5 of our award grantees will receive $2,500. First one is Tipsy Bean, LLC. Owner, Giselle Latrell. Come on up, Giselle. Located in the historic Hill District of Erie on Peach Street, whether you're looking for handcrafted beverages, coffee and spirits alike, or to look at local artist offerings, the Tipsy Bean has got you covered. The grant will help with the salvage of the historic Krug shoe store sign, new signage for the cafe, and energy-efficient upgrades for the entire building. Second, we have Barb's Family Learning Daycare, owner Mary Elizabeth Yule. With commitment to the children of our community and their parents, Barb's Family Learning is much more than a daycare. The goal is to prepare the children for their upcoming grade level with educational play, reading and fine motor skills, and basic computer skills. Mary Elizabeth does not stop with the children either. She offers tips on credit repair, education placement, even food and the occasional bus pass for the parents at no charge. With this grant, Barb's Family Learning Daycare will be able to update their computer and programs and curriculum, as well as install security cameras and an alarm system to keep everyone safe. Next, we have Altered State Distillery. Owners Gavin Mouse and Aaron Hetz. Altered State is a small batch distillery located in the Green Garden Plaza on West 8th Street. As one of the largest distillers in the region, their location houses a 500-gallon copper still, a work of art in itself. If you have not followed them on Facebook, take a look, it's beautiful. With the ability to feature local and regional musicians, host small private events, and to welcome local food trucks, we look forward to enjoying a serious spirit in their tasting room or on their outdoor patio. This grant will help Altered State Distillery with installation of camera and security systems so they can focus on fun, small batch flavors. Andora's Bubble, LLC. Owners Aurora Braun and Andrew Steinmetz. Erie's newest bubble tea shop is located on State Street, north of Perry Square, and in a long vacant spot. The renovations and expansions continue as this sweet treat catches on with our locals. Andora's Bubble provides an alternative downtown destination for young and old adults alike for homework, work, or just hanging out. This grant, in conjunction with a grant from the Erie Downtown Partnership, will help with facade security cameras, and on its own will help with expanded seating, promotions, staff t-shirts, and additional kitchenwares. Bayfront Glass LLC, owners Nick Bruno and John Nowakowski. Nick and John have come up with a streamlined system for Erie to get back to recycling waste glass containers. Be on the lookout for color-sorted collection points located throughout Erie County, as well as pickup services for businesses. This glass can then be recycled into aggregate for local businesses or turned into new glass containers. This grant will help launch a public awareness campaign for the city and the county residents about the glass recycling loop and the local environment and economic impact. As a side note, Bayfront Glass will be at the Erie's first Reuse Fest on September 7th. It's located at the UPMC Health Plan on the East Bayfront Parkway. You can bring your glass bottles and jars there for recycling. Our last grant recipient in attendance today is Armando Reyes, owner of Lake Erie Woodworks. Armando? Armando specializes in all facets of woodworking, including custom cabinetry, furniture, retail build-outs, and architectural millwork. Already a favorite with many local businesses for handcrafted woodwork, Lake Erie Woodworks is located on 12th and Walnut in a new and larger workshop and is now a full-time endeavor. Armando's request of $1,200 will help to purchase a small format CNC machine, which will enable Lake Erie Woodworks to expand its product portfolio and its customer base. Our final 2019 flagship fund micro grant goes to French Street Farms owner Carrie Zaxa. Carrie couldn't be here today, but her grant of $4,142.42, details are good, was awarded to help establish a greenhouse, utilize a tree service, and for weed screening for her urban farm. French Street Farms grows food in the city for the city. You can find Carrie at farmers markets, the Oasis Market, and supplying several farm-to-table restaurateurs in the city. French Street Farms conducts farm workshops, a currently sold-out CSA program, and a Pickle of the Month Club, which is always fun. Please join me in congratulating all the 2019 Flagship Fund winners and microgrant recipients. We wish you well, and I will definitely be in touch. Thank you.
Thanks to Chris and Jen for putting that program together and executing it. Also, I really want to give a heartfelt thanks to the 9 businesses that you guys are investing in Erie. The Flagship Fund is really helping Erie's small business community, and these businesses are helping us to achieve our vision that Erie is a community with an abundance of family-sustaining jobs. On October 17th, 1969, 1,000 people in Bismarck, North Dakota walked on the first hunger walk and raised about $25,000 to help stop hunger. Several other hunger walks occurred very shortly thereafter, and before long, these walks began happening in hundreds of communities across the country and became known as the crop walks. On September 15th, we will be having a crop walk at Presque Isle State Park. Here to share the details of the crop walk is Reverend Jim Hawes. Jim is the coordinator of the crop walk. Reverend Jim.
As Mayor Schember noted, it's been 50 years now that Americans have been stepping up to end hunger for neighbors around the block and around the world. The crop name has the acronym has been used in various ways, but now the logo has been changed. And one thing has remained constant. Compassionate volunteers throughout the U.S. have chosen to walk because others must walk to survive. And in doing so, they have inspired others to donate to build a more peaceful, equitable, and just world. This is the 50th year of crop walks. Ours is here in Erie, the 44th year. Our walk last year had about 500 walkers from about 55 churches and organizations, generating about $60,000. We were able, from those funds, to make grants to 24 local programs or ministries that address hunger issues. There are about between 800 and 900 walks throughout the country now. We're glad to say that Erie is the largest walk in the state of Pennsylvania and the 12th largest in the country. So we have a good record, and we're hoping to build upon that. We would welcome walkers from any organization or individuals. As Mayor noted, our walk this year is September 15th, 2 p.m. at the Beach One, starting and ending in the Beach One parking lot with registration beginning about 1 o'clock. Our website is www.cropwalkerie.org, and we would invite anybody in our community to join us. Those 24 grants that we made locally support food pantries and others, both here in our community, directly in the city, as well as in other parts of Erie County. So we would welcome participation from anybody in Erie County to join us in this great event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Governor Hawes. And this year alone, there are going to be over 1,600 communities across the nation participating in more than, as Governor Hawes mentioned, more than 800 crop walks taking place. I'll be walking at Presque Isle in the crop walk on September 15th, and I want to encourage all residents of Erie to join us for the 44th annual Erie Crop Walk. We will be walking to end hunger in Erie County. Next, as many of you are aware, school starts next week in Erie's public schools. The Erie School District is entering the second year of implementing their strategic plan. Here at the City of Erie, we fully support the Erie School District's goal to make Erie schools schools of excellence. The Erie School District is an independent, separate entity from the city, but we are actively looking at ways that the city can support Erie schools through initiatives such as Safe Routes to School. These children, after all, are Erie's future. Erie's public schools have some exciting initiatives going on, including their Farm to School initiative. The Farm to School initiative enriches the connection between students and the communities by encouraging the growth of fresh, healthy foods in every neighborhood in the city of Erie. The Erie Farm to School initiative focuses on featuring locally grown, healthy foods in school meals. It also includes other components such as classroom lessons on food and nutrients, highlighting careers in food and agriculture, growing food in school gardens, and supporting donations to families and local food banks. Here to explain more about these Erie School District initiatives is Erica Irwin. Erica is Coordinator of Relations and Strategic Communication for the Erie Public Schools. Erica.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. First, let me say we're thrilled to have the city's support for many of our initiatives coming up, which you'll hear more about. But first, we're just very excited to welcome everybody back to school on Tuesday, September 3rd. It's the first time that the district has welcomed students back after Labor Day. So our everybody within the Erie's public school family is excited and ready to kick off another successful school year. We want to let families know that you can find information about our bell schedules, district dress codes, our meet and greet nights, and more on our back to school portal, which is eriesb.org/back to school. Also, family information guides that detail all of our policies, district calendars, and more have already been mailed home. If you didn't receive one of those in your district family, let us know. We do encourage everybody to please enroll students this year before the start of school so we can have a smooth start to the school year. We're still accepting registrations. We accept registrations on a rolling basis. They are accepted Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at our district administration building. That's at 148 West 21st Street. Complete information, including the enrollment packets themselves, immunization requirements, and more is available on our website. If you have any questions beyond that, you can call our child accounting office at 874-6150. This year, every year, but in particular this year, we really want to stress the importance of attendance. We are really trying to decrease missed days, particularly we're trying to address chronic absenteeism, which is defined as 18 or more missed days in a school year. And when you think about that, that equates to just 2 days a month. So those days can really add up quickly. So we're encouraging families, we're reminding them to please try to schedule medical appointments and family vacation time outside of the school year and on breaks, if at all possible. If you're having trouble doing that, if you're running into any issues where your student is struggling with absenteeism, please reach out to us. Reach out to your building administrator or us at the district administration office. We are really happy to work with you to help eliminate any barriers to getting your student to school on time, healthy, and ready to learn. We have a lot of resources in place, not just at our community schools, but throughout all our buildings that are that we can put to good use helping you. If your student is nervous or anxious about attending school and that is contributing to absenteeism or tardiness, again, we have a team of people at each building that can help address that. Principals, counselors, teachers who stand ready to help you and your student have a successful school year. With me today are a few people that I want to introduce. We have Stephanie Seiner with me, who is a coordinator of our garden and outdoor education efforts. Doreen Petrie, who is the project manager of Belong, that's our district's sustainability plan, and Darlene Feeney, one of our board members, who's also done a lot of work along these same efforts. And I think Stephanie's just going to take a few minutes to talk to you about her work and the Farm to School initiative that the mayor mentioned earlier. Thank you.
Thanks, Erica. And thank you, Mayor Sheffer, for talking about Farm to School. We've been doing school gardens since 2014, and Doreen Petrie started building a garden at every district school. We now have gardens in every district school as of this past spring. And last June from the USDA, we were awarded a Farm to School grant to help plan and grow our garden program into not just having our gardens, but also bringing more local foods into schools and having more field trips and more activities for the students. So we're looking forward to just building on the plan we worked on and having more things that we offer to our students and families. But the school gardens really remain the heart of our program because they're visible, they produce all of this food that we love to share with people, and it's really a chance for students and their families to sometimes get to try things that they haven't ever had before, haven't had access to. We also just want to cultivate a love for gardening and being outside and enjoying being at school when they come to the garden. So we have a lot of people who help us with the gardens, and we'd like to thank them. We have the school staff, the principals, the teachers, but we also have the Penn State Extension Master Gardeners. They've done a lot of educational work for us, and we have parents, neighbors, families, custodians, friends. It's just a whole group of people who come and help us. And thanks to the city for supporting us as well.
As a school board director, I just want to say how much I support this program. It was one of my goals when I ran for office to see an implementation of a K-12 horticulture pathway in the city of Erie. And we're off to a great start. I want to thank Doreen for all she's done. She's retired now, but she's still very visible on our district, working at our gardens, working on our implementation grant for Farm to School, and we're hoping that we get a planning grant next year, which would be worth $100,000, and really put Erie City on the map. Already we're getting a lot of response from state representatives. They're very curious in what we're doing, and I think that they are looking at Erie, Pennsylvania as a model program for horticulture. So thank you.
Just to summarize, we are reaching out beyond the schools. We reach out to the communities and look forward to partnering with the city and food access initiatives, because we know that ultimately we'd love to teach people to garden more at home and have their students actually participate in that. And so that really is an environmental and an economic and healthful way of improving people's lives. And the students become the experts, and they really are the ones that are our future, and they will definitely be able to teach their families how to grow food. So we thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Erica, Seth, Doreen, Darlene. We really appreciate the wonderful gifts here. I can tell you that I've always been a gardener in my life. There was a time I did a lot more than I have the time to do right now. But I did put in 3 pepper plants this year. They're producing like crazy. I love green peppers. We know attendance is important for students. One of the school district goals is to increase a percentage of students to with at least 95% school attendance rate. Only 45% of Erie students had a 95% attendance rate in 2016-17 school year. The school district's goal is to double that to 90% by the year 2024. We know that students who attend school do much better and are more successful. We're going to do our part here in the city to support the school by helping ensure safe routes to school. Thanks to Leanne Parman, our traffic engineer, the city has been working with the United Way and Erie Public Schools on installing flashers and wayfinding signage at the 5 community schools. Leanne is also in the planning phase of implementing funding for the Safe Routes to School initiative. School starts next Tuesday, September 3rd, and I'll be welcoming the East Middle School students back bright and early on Tuesday morning. As we continue to celebrate Erie's rich cultural diversity, I'd like to next feature 2 festivals that are coming up this weekend. The first is this Saturday, August 31st. The Erie Latino Leadership Association is hosting the Hispanic Heritage Festival, featuring food, live music, and children's activities. The festival runs from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. and will be right across the street in Perry Square. The festival is free and open to the public. I encourage everyone to come down and enjoy the festivities and the delicious food. You can find more information on this by searching Facebook for Erie Latino Leadership. Next, the Lake Erie Fan Fair will be hosting the 23rd Annual German Heritage Festival over Labor Day weekend at St. Nick's Grove on Old French Road. Come and enjoy the German food and beverages, German bands, live dancing, and a new children's area. The German Festival will run on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Sunday from 11 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Admission is $5 per person, but children under age 12 are admitted for free. I'm happy to report that over the 5 business days ending yesterday, August 28th, we had an additional 3 learner applications totaling $88,800. So here are our totals since July 1st. 31 residential permits with a projected investment of $4,742,340, and 12 commercial permits with a projected investment of $2,634,684. So that's a total of 43 learner applications since July 1st, with a total projected investment of $7,376,340. So in the 42 business days since July 1st, we received 43 learner applications to revitalize and help transform Erie. I look forward to reporting learner progress to you again next Thursday. Finally, before we close, I just wanted to wish a happy Labor Day to everyone. The first Labor Day holiday was celebrated on Tuesday, September 5th, 1882, in New York City, in accordance with the plans of the Central Labor Union. By 1894, 23 more states adopted the holiday, and on June 28, 1894, President Grover Cleveland signed a law making the first Monday in September, Labor Day, each year as a national holiday. Labor Day dedicates itself to the social and economic achievements of American workers. It's a yearly national tribute to the contributions workers make to the strength, prosperity, and well-being of our country. I invite everyone to come down and watch the Erie Labor Day Parade on Monday, September 2nd, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's really a great family event. I'll be marching with the Steamfitters in the parade. The parade begins at 11th State, ends at Perry Square, and the celebration continues there. That concludes today's press conference. Everyone who spoke will be available for interviews afterwards. Thanks very much for being here.